Guys, Fuller coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, go ahead and like this video. I invite you to do both things, but if you don't choose to do so, there's no love lost. You know, man, I said I wasn't going to talk about this subject, but, you know, I got drawn up to talk about this specific topic due to the simple fact I watched the video in which these accusations were actually said, you know. And, you know, for my subscribers, you know, who know me, they know I'm an Earl Spence fan. They know that I'm Team Spence all the way. Does that mean that I dislike Terence Crawford? No, I don't dislike Terence Crawford. I dislike his trainer, you know, but that doesn't mean I dislike the fighter. Do I feel that Terence Crawford hasn't really fought anybody who would give him a run for his money? Yes. I mean, I will admit that. This is just a disclosure. This is just a disclaimer before people listen to this video. Okay? Does Earl Spence have a resume that leaves things to be desired? Yeah, but we see that he's working on that right now, though. And this is being worked on. The evidence of this being worked on is his next fight. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I just decided that I had to clear that up first before people actually listen to this video. Now, Timothy Bradley has came out and said that Earl Spence is ducking Terence Crawford, right? He has came out and said, you know, there isn't size of the streets in boxing, this, that, and the other. You know, these are some of his words that he's actually said, right? He's actually came out and said that, you know, Terence Crawford has been actually actively calling for this fight, you know. And one just has to connect the dots. One just has to read in between the lines and realize that Tim Bradley is just doing what a company man is supposed to do. Everybody knows that Tim Bradley is a top rank, quote unquote, advisor or analyst, a top rank analyst. Now, granted, Terence Crawford is not promoted properly at top rank, but any chance that top rank will get to try to criticize a PBC fighter or a PBC move, they'll do it, and they'll use their advisors to do so. We saw that with the Andre Ward and Deontay Wilder fight, because, you know, little did we know that, you know, Tyson Fury was going to be signed to top rank. And I'm pretty sure Andre Ward knew that ahead of time before that fight even happened. The first Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight, you know. Now, Terence Crawford has came out and said that Earl Spence is not ducking him, right? And Earl Spence, right, because the thing is, this is one of the things that Timothy Bradley said, which I did not get. Like, I really didn't, like, get why he would say this. Like, it really confused me, and it really puzzled me that he would say something like this. But, you know, Timothy Bradley came out and said that basically Terence Crawford has been vocal about calling for this fight, and that Earl Spence has been quiet about this fight. But if you look at previous interviews with Earl Spence, it has been actually quite the opposite. I remember when Earl Spence was responding to Roy Jones Jr., because he's another, I guess you can say he's another company man, but he's, I guess you can say he's a company man without a company. Yeah, that's how we can describe Roy Jones Jr. Okay? Yeah, nobody's messing with him, right? Now, because of this, as a result of this, Roy Jones has also said that Earl Spence needs to come out and fight Terence Crawford, or whatever the case may be. But if you look at interviews where Earl Spence, you hear things like, I just basically beat him up. I'm going to wash him. Do these sound like ducking words to me? Do these sound like words of deflection to me? Does the only reason why he's calling my name is because he ain't got nobody else to fight? Does that sound like a deflection to me? Or does it sound like someone who has options? Does it sound like someone who knows that the Infinity Stones are over on the PBC side in welterweight? That PBC has supremacy in welterweight when it comes to the Infinity Stones. For example, Manny Pacquiao has the WBA. Sean Porter has the WBC. Earl Spence holds the IBF. Unfortunately, Terence Crawford is very unfortunate, but he has the, how shall I put this? He has the unfortunate liability of holding the WBO belt. Which, I mean, you can kind of see why PBC doesn't recognize that belt. I mean, look at who's been fighting for that belt thus far. Without a few exceptions. They've all been top-ranked fighters who have been fighting for that WBO belt. So while you do need that belt to be undisputed, I can't really blame Earl Spence for not going after it right away. Especially when there's a bigger, more valuable Infinity Stone in front of you, which is the WBC belt. So, as far as Tim Bradley, he's just doing what a company man is supposed to do. I mean, can we expect anything less from him? I mean, here's the guy who said that, he sees what Mikey Garcia sees in Earl Spence. This is the same guy, man. So don't expect anything less. He doesn't like Earl Spence. That's just the bottom line. He's a hater. And last time I checked, Earl Spence wanted the smoke, but Tim Bradley didn't want the smoke. So, this is just my particular stance on this whole thing. Another theory I have, it could be wrong, but it could be like Timothy Bradley trying to lure Earl Spence over to top rank to take or get convinced that he'll get a Terence Crawford fight, only to have to fight 5 or 6 other guys before that fight even is in fruition. So, these are just my opinions and my thoughts on this matter. I wouldn't take Timothy Bradley serious. I mean, look at who he's analyzing for. He's analyzing for top rank. which means he's on Bob Arum's payroll in essence. So with that being said, man, I mean, I really don't have anything more to say about this. I mean, it's typical Timothy Bradley at the end of the day, man. And one needs to not take him serious, you know. I mean, he put Terence Crawford ahead of Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao just beat Keith Thurman, all right, who was considered at one point in time the man of the division. No disrespect to Terence Crawford, and I'm going to end on this note. I don't think Terence Crawford has fought an opponent at welterweight. I'm just saying welterweight. Or even at 140, if you want to get technical. I don't think Terence Crawford has fought an opponent of caliber of a Kell Brook, a caliber of even a Lamont Peterson, a caliber of even a Danny Garcia, a caliber of Keith Thurman. So for him to say something like that goes to show you what he's about, you know. But anyhow, man, that's all I got on this topic. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Let me know what you think. For me, it's still man's down. It's still, I should say, it's still man down. It's still strap season. It's still free smoke. Okay? And that's how I'm going to ride, man. And if you Bud fans don't like it, man, you guys can kick rocks. Okay? That's what it is on these parts of the town. Okay? So you can be Team Bud. I'll respect you. But it's Team Spence over here, bro. And it's going to stay that way. Fuller signing out. Enjoy.